Hi, today let's make an explosion box. Alright, for my explosion box, I have 4 pieces of this light pink cardstock. This is a heavyweight cardstock, which I cut to 4.5 by 5 inch and scored at 1/2 inch for each of them. So it's going to be the 4 sides of my explosion box. I cut a piece of cardstock to 4.5 by 4.5 inch, and for the lid I have a 6.5 by 6.5 inch cardstock, which I scored at 1 inch from each side. And yeah, and for the lid you simply need to cut these 4 corners, and because I don't want to show, I will remove a small triangle from each of these tabs. And then when you stick this together like this, you have your lid. You can make the box like this as well. It depends on how long you want the box to be. I wanted to my box be 4.5 inch tall. Actually it's a square 4.5 inch, and because my cardstock is a leather size cardstock, 8.5 inch by 11, it didn't work if I wanted to do it this way. So I decided to make it like the tab version, I don't know what we call it. So then, where is this? Yeah, by simply, stick these on 4 sides. I have my explosion box, and for the back, because I want to cover it, I will cut another 4.5 inch by 4.5 inch cardstock and stick it over it. Then this will make it even more stronger. So I will stick this together and we will continue with the decoration. Alright, for decoration I'm going to use Griffin impression dies and Griffin scrapbook border dies. I'm using the impression dies to decorate my panels and probably top of the box. And for the edge of the lid, I'm going to use the Griffin scrapbook border dies. All right, as you already saw, I stick two of the border that I cut from the Griffin scrapbook border die set. I stuck them together, so I have a long border now, which I can stick to my lid and decorate it this way for extra decoration. Originally, I wanted to only use the Griffin impression dies, but it didn't work for me alone, so I decided to cut an old Spellbinders die set that I had. It's a Nestability, and I don't know what is the it's a Marvelous Squares. I really like this die set, and I've used it so many times over these a few years. Sorry, I'm out of breath. So yeah, and for the impression dies, I cut a few to show you some of the designs, and I tried them, and I thought that those might work, but they didn't. But anyways, they look really nice. And for these, I've used the inking method, and for the inking, I've used the what they call it, the roller, and I will show you how to do it. And I did like the second generation more than the first generation, and I didn't use any of the inks from the set. I've had this Peony Pink from Griffin. It's the same ink pad that she included in the bundle, so this one works better for the occasion. I want to make this explosion box, sorry, which is the baby shower. It's one of my friend's baby shower, and yeah, I'm making this box for her. So yeah, what I've done, let me show you another design because you already seen these. And yeah, this is from the regular foil cardstock. It's not that heavyweight. It's not a heavyweight cardstock, that's why it rolled, but when you stick it on your card, it won't show. And this is from the pearl cardstock into the pearl cardstock. If you'd like to compare it, this is the matte foil cardstock, and this is the heavyweight regular cardstock. They look all gorgeous in my opinion, and I already got a few of the board corners. So yeah, let me show you this design. So for inking the die, you simply use your roller to ink it with your ink pad. Then it takes a little bit time, but it's not that bad. I think it's the same as stamping and cutting out, but the good thing is you don't have to align the die set with your stamp, and that's the good part for this. And the designs are really nice in my opinion. this die set is a little bit expensive in my opinion, but I really like it so far. I've inked the die, and this is the cardstock that I want to cut. And I use her magnetic sheet for her die cutting machine, but I'm going to use my Gemini MIDI. So I'm going to put this die set here. And because I don't want to move, I will tape it out. And as easy as this, I'm going to roll it through my Gemini MIDI. Let me clean it up a little bit here. And these are water-based inks, so you can simply wipe it off with the water or damp cloth, I would say. As you can see, it really looks nice in my opinion, kind of. It's not as clean as I like, but yeah, it still looks nice, and you get the leather press effect. And I know probably with a little bit of practice it gets better. So let me show you the second generation of this. Okay, this one is really subtle, but I really like the second generation more than the first generation. It depends of the project. This one looks gorgeous as well if you want a bright color. Yeah, I hope that helps, because I know many people had an issue with this die set and thought it doesn't work. I don't know, for me it does work. It's not as clean as I like it, but it still looks nice in my opinion. So, and I will clean it up and put it back, because I don't want to lose it. All right, let's go back to the project. I didn't make this video as a review for impression dies, but it kind of happened to be. And I want to show you one more thing. Now we are here. I wanted to try one more thing, and this is one of the design in the matte foil, silver matte foil cardstock, which looks really nice. I wanted to try another thing, and that was the foiling of these, and I didn't want to use the hot foil machine for that. But if you remember, Cricut came up with this bundle couple of months ago, I would say maybe a year ago. It's the foil transfer kit, which you can use with your Cricut machines to transfer the foils to the cardstock and your projects. And these are pressure style foils. I don't know what you will call it. These foils work with pressure, so I decided to try these. Yeah, with these impression dies, you will use the pressure to press the inks or the design to the cardstock. I thought that might work with these foils. It kind of works. It's not perfect, and I don't know, I might try different methods to improve it or perfect it, I would say. But I've tried the designs and, you know, simply grab one of the foils. This is, if you thought this is my cardstock I want to cut, I put the foil side up and again and put the die on top of it and get it through my die cutting machine, and these are the result I've got with some of the design. As I mentioned, it's not perfect, and I've used my Gemini MIDI. I might use the electronic die cutting machine. It might work better because the pressure is a little bit more and I get the more even, you know, impression, but they kind of looks interesting and like distressy, and still has the foil shining of the foil. So yeah, I hope I could I'm really sorry, I'm pregnant and out of breath, so if I can talk really well, excuse me. And these are the and when I cut it with the because these has a cut line on the outside, I did get the cut you know, the outside of the foil, so I kept these and I might use them somehow. I think I can stick them down on the cardstock and they probably look good as well. And I don't know, I might be possible to press these to the cardstock as well somehow with, I don't know. I just wanted to share it with you. I hope I didn't confuse you, but I wanted to share this idea that I had with the Cricut transfer kit or the foils. All right, let's get back to the project. And I have a big mess here. Okay, for the extra decoration in my explosion box, I'm going to use these booties that I purchased from dollar store. And I'm going to use this design from the Griffin impression dies. I cut 4 more of these squares to stamp on them for the panels here, and I'm going to stamp them with my Versailles stamp set from Crafter's Companion with some of the sentiments from Precious Baby. I have the old version. I didn't purchase the new version they came up with a few months ago, the rose gold one, because I already had the previous one, so I didn't see the need to purchase that one. But anyway, I'm going to use this one, the Precious Baby, and will stamp probably 3 of the sentiments to these panels and stick them down to my panel of the explosion box. And for the other one, I have a gift card which I'm going to stick it down. And for the middle, I will design it with these die cuts that I have. I still haven't decided what to do. We will see in the process. But I have these booties which I want to stick here in the middle. I'm not sure I want to put, and I'm going to use, it's a girl sentiment from the Graphic 45. It's an old stamp set and it's called Precious Memories number 3. I'm going to use this It's a Girl sentiment from this stamp set, and we'll cut it out with a circle die. Whatever circle die you have, or even the punch, you can cut it out. I don't have a circle punch, but I have this die set from VR Memory Keepers. So I'm going to cut it out with one of the circle, and because I get 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably the fourth one, and I did put the number on it, will work for this stamp set, because I don't want to cut it with a big circle. So the 3 one, it's a little bit too tight, so the 4 is good. I'm going to cut it out with this one, and for extra decoration I might use a few butterflies. This is a butterfly that I punched out from one of the punches I have from EK Success. It is, yeah, it's this one. It will cut 3 layer. You can change it up and cut the different layers. As you can see, one of them are more detailed one, next one is a little bit less, and the shadow one. I already cut this one out, but I'm not sure I'm going to use this one or one of the dies, that butterfly dies I have, but I will use something for extra decoration. Okay, let's get into the work and see what I come up with. Really appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and see you in my next video. Peace out, you.